good afternoon, and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Today is August 31, the last day in the month, and I guess we're excited. Well, I am excited for this season of sports that we've entered into. The CPL has started. Yes, and we're going to be talking about the Reggae Boys under 14, their performance in the CFU Championships. We're also going to be talking about what is happening or what had happened in terms of the transfer window and the English Premier League. Where is Raheem Sterling? And if just in case you didn't think that things could have gotten any more interesting this week, then Coach McLaren, Reggae Boys coach, he named his Reggae Boys squad, and we'll talk about the squad, the additions. I don't think there's omissions, but additions, interesting additions, and of course the under 20 championships happening in Lima, Peru. We'll talk about the amount of medals Jamaica has garnered and their opportunity to get medals. Today actually is the last day of the championship. Yes, and then we had some performances by Jamaica in the Diamond League circuit. So we'll talk about those as well. So just an interesting show planned for you today right here on Sports Talk. We got, of course, we always have lots and lots to talk about. So, we're just going to jump right into it. All right, so we're starting off things as usual. Well, until, the local league start. The English Premier League will start our discussion today. So we're going to talk about the results of the English Premier League and where things are. And then we'll talk about the transfer window. And then we'll go on to some local football. So let's start with the games that were played today or since morning in the English Premier League. We'll start with those. So early this morning, Arsenal, they played Brighton. They played to a 1-1 draw. Brentford, they played Southampton. Brentford defeated Southampton 3-1. Bournemouth, they defeated Everton 3-2. Ipswich, and Fulham, they played to a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa defeated Leicester City 2-1. Nottingham Forest and Wolves played to a 1-1 draw, and it's now 2-1 between Manchester City is now leading West Ham 2-1. Right. Tomorrow's game in the English Premier League will see Chelsea facing off with Crystal Palace, Newcastle facing Tottenham, and those games will go off at 7:30 a.m. Jamaica time. And then 10 o'clock, Liverpool will play Manchester United. So we got a lot to look forward, and of course we will go into international break come, I believe, into next week. As the Jamaica will have their CONCACAF Nations League, but we'll talk about that. And of course, the UEFA Nations League and all of that. So after tomorrow's games, then, the English Premier League, the team members or the players will travel to their different countries to take part at the international or in their respective countries if they've been called up for the national squads for international break. Talking about international break, right? Locally, but before I get there, let's talk about what's happening at Chelsea, because a lot of persons have been asking me, what's going on for your club? Your club is going to stay with its 40-man squad? Yada, yada, yada. Yes. It is obvious. It is obvious that my club is staying with their 40-man squad. I don't know. I still have no thoughts on it, really. But I think the biggest news coming out of the transfer window, and we kind of knew this was going to happen because we spoke about this last week. So Raheem Sterling, pretty much, if you are following, he was at Chelsea. His number 7 jersey was given to a new player that came to Chelsea. And pretty much the new Chelsea coach, which is a former Manchester City assistant coach, pretty much said that Raheem Sterling does not have a place in the squad. And so late last night, in the transfer window, Raheem Sterling is now on loan to Arsenal. So, and I think it's a okay move for him. I mean, I want to see him get game time. I'm not so sure that he will get game time at Arsenal. I'm not going to be honest, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Early in the week, we heard rumors of him possibly going to Manchester United, but in the end, he's now at loan to Arsenal. And, I'm hoping that he will get some game time so he can find favor again to get back into the English squad to represent England. Because ultimately, that's what it is at this point. It's nothing else other than that. So we are happy to see him playing for, obviously, another team. Well, I'm happy to see him playing for another team. And usually I'm not happy when players leave or go on loan from my team. But I think in this instance where it is obvious that he was not wanted by the coach, that he went to play somewhere else, especially having completed the entire preseason with Chelsea. You can just imagine how he felt or how he would be feeling. So I'm happy that he's at Arsenal, and hopefully, as I said, he will get some game time at Arsenal. Yes. All right. So we're moving right along. So, Coach McLaren, Jamaica's new coach, JFF would have had a press conference yesterday, and the squad for the upcoming games, CONCACAF Nation League games, was selected. Of course, Jamaica will bow into action, or they will play CONCACAF Nation League next Tuesday. So Tuesday's match will be at the National Stadium, and it starts at 7 p.m. So go out and support the Reggae Boys. But let's talk about the squad for a little bit. Let's give the squad some attention. And in terms of who was added, we'll talk about who was added. But let's go through the squad. So the goalkeepers are Andre Blake. Good to see Captain Blake back in the squad. Kanaya Bryce Clark and Jamal Waite. And in the defenders, Dexter Lambakisi, Deshaun Bernard, Greg Lay, Damian Lowe, Michael Hector, Richard King, Amari Bell, Joel Latibadair, Ethan Pinnock. The midfielder, Casey Palmer, Karoy Anderson, Bobby Reed, John Russell, Adrian Reed Jr., youngster. The forwards are Shamar Nicholson, Norman Campbell, Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, Kaheem Dixon, and yes, he is back, Leon Bailey. And this, I guess the biggest news coming out of this is that Leon Bailey will be back in the national setup. I heard Coach McLaren yesterday in the interview. He spoke about, him going to Aston Villa. That was last Sunday when Aston Villa played Arsenal. And he, watched Leon Bailey, and he had a talk with him after the Aston Villa, and he has committed to playing football for the Jamaica, and wants to be in the national colors and wants to represent his team. The national team. And the more and more I heard what Coach McLaren had to say, and of course I heard President Ricketts talk about, Leon signing, because I put signing in quotation because we're not really sure if he actually signed something. But there was an indication from Leon Bailey about his commitment to the side. And as I listened to the press conference yesterday, it made me ask several questions. And I know this might, may sound away, but I'm now trying to figure out, after all of this, after all is said and done, Leon Bailey is now back in the squad, whether we like it or not. It makes me question members of the JFF, honestly, because when Coach Hallgrimson was here, he wanted Leon Bailey to be in the squad. And the JFF would have coming out, or it looks like they always fought. There was always a fight about Leon Bailey being the squad, and him being announced, and then Leon going on socials and said no, and talks with Dennis Chung and Craig Butler, and that in the last, in terms of when we were just about to go to Copa America, things kind of got a little bit shoddy, maybe shoddy, right? And everybody not being up front, and it just looked like a mess. And I'm wondering, did somebody at the GFF change their mind about Leon Bailey? Or is it that Coach McLaren has now come in and stamped his authority on what will happen? Because if you guys remember, when we were talking about Copa America and everything that existed with Leon Bailey, I was one of them, yes. And I am still one of them, yes, because he still has not, in my eyes, proven for the national squad. He still hasn't played at his best, in my opinion, like how he plays for Aston Villa when he puts on the Reggae Boys jersey, which he said he will do, or that's a commitment that he will give his best. So if he's committing to give his best, I'm not questioning whether he was giving his best before. That's one. Two, I'm also questioning the JFF, and have they changed their mind maybe on about Leon Bailey? Or is it now that Felix Academy and Veer United, that's the team, yes, now that Veer will be playing Premier League, is this a masterful play by Craig Butler? No, because he wants to ensure, right, that everybody in terms of whatever team he coaches, right, gets the recognition from the GFF. He doesn't really want the GFF or the new coach of the GFF to look down on him. So he knows if he continues to put up, and this is my little summary, if he continued, Craig Butler that is, to put up red flags in terms of, not allowing Leon Bailey and saying Leon Bailey is not available and all of that would come back and, be almost like a warning sign for new coach McLaren to Craig Butler and Veer Technical and Veer United rather. So I just find it very, very, very interesting. I don't know if you find it very interesting, but I find it very interesting that since all of this, right, we now can go talk to Lena, all of a sudden the story has changed. I find it rather interesting that the story changed so quickly. So it's no longer about the suspension. It's no longer about anything. He's committed and willing to play. And while I am very, 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 very happy about that, and of course we can throw in talks about Mason Greenwood and us, courting Mason Greenwood and possibly, him getting to come to play for Jamaica. Is that why Leon Bailey is like, no, you can't make somebody else become the superstar for the squad. I am going to become the superstar for the squad, or will remain the superstar for the squad. I find it very interesting that Mr. Bailey and Mr. Butler, they have changed their minds about him playing in the national colours. Yeah.
Update your status in a real life. Do a HIV test today.
Just 15 minutes, say your status clear. Really long life, our story.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
it's now 1:15 p.m.
Celebrating 50 years of excellence, the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, will be hosting its 50th anniversary Golden Jubilee service on Sunday, September 1, under the theme Modernizing and Growing Jamaica's Airports Since 1974. The service will be held at the Webster Memorial Church, beginning at 10 a.m. That's the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, celebrating 50 years of excellence. Golden Jubilee service, Sunday, September 1 at 10 a.m. Listen live on the family station, Love 101. To facilitate the broadcast of the Airports Authority of Jamaica's Golden Jubilee service to be held on Sunday, September 1, the service from the Bethel Baptist Church, usually aired at 10 a.m., will be aired at 9 a.m. Thank you for sticking and staying with the family station, Love 101.
Every Saturday, 7 p.m. to midnight on Love 101. You're invited to travel in time with music at its best. It's the Gospel Music Machine with the Gospel Music Master. Music for Christian contemporary, a touch of reggae and the Caribbean feel.
With the morning coffee pick-me-up devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with Love on Radio at 7 a.m. inside Your Time Jennings with great music to lift your day. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss gut health. And at 9:30 is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us. This pick-me-up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Make sure your money.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Name is Kathya. All right, so we continue in our discussion about football. The Jamaica under 14 Reggae Boys, yes, they played. We would have told you last week, or I would have told you last week, that they made the finals of the CFU championships. And they were winners, yes. Or Jamaica under 14 Reggae Boys won the CFU championships last Sunday. They won by 7-1. Yes. So, I mean, we are very, 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 very proud of the team. And of course, they pretty much dominated the competition. They defeated French Guyana 7-1. Yes. And so they were crowned champions last Sunday. And as I said, we're very, very happy for the boys, very, very proud of the boys. And I'm hoping that this set of youngsters, they'll be able to, keep them together so that, because one thing about Jamaica now, one thing we're going to do is to lose players or don't keep squads together. And that's, one of the things I want to see in terms of, that's what I want to see in terms of, the younger squad, the younger teams. I'd love to see Jamaica develop a style of football. I mean, that's my ultimate dream for Jamaica, right? That's my ultimate dream for Jamaica, that we develop a style of football that we play from the youngest to the senior squad. Ultimately, that's what I would love to see. So Kelvin Brown, he ended the competition. That's a CFU under 14 competition with the most goals. He got 9 goals in 6 games. Yes, so that's good, because I think we only conceded 2 goals in the competition, and the MVP was Davian Clark. And the best goalkeeper, of course, was Marcadine Spence from Jamaica. So we ended up winning the 3 top awards for the tournament as well, which is fantastic. So I want to say congratulations again to the Reggae Boys, the under 14 squad, for coming out champions in the CFU Tier 1 under 14 competition. Yes. So, I mean, congratulations to the boys. And, well, most of these boys will now be playing, for their schools coming into the. I think a few of them will be playing Manning Cup for their schools, but mostly Pepsi and Colts. That's what they'll be playing. So, hopefully they can keep something going so that, you know how the progress goes. Just because, as I said, we have a habit of just, pull a squad together, they win something, and then, we don't hear about the squad, and then we hear, so this one gone here, so, or this one gone to there, so, and it just gets disheartening, I guess, because you just don't know. You just really don't know. But we move right along. As I said, just a reminder that the Reggae Boys will play Cuba. That's next week, Tuesday, at the National Stadium, and the game starts at 7 p.m. Please go out and support our Reggae Boys. Of course, this is the CONCACAF nations that we're participating, and so that's what's happening in the world of football. That's what's happening that's what's happening in the world of football. We switch quickly to track and field, as we will be talking about the performance of the Jamaicans at the under 20 championships currently happening in Lima, Peru. Now, one of the things I want to talk about before I talk about how many medals that we've garnered is what seems to be a lackluster performance by the team happening in Peru. I mean, now it's the end of August, school is almost reopening. This is usually this time when the athletes, they will build themselves. So this is not the background work time for athletes that will take part in champs, etc., etc. But I'm just wondering, right? It begs me to question whether or not that's why we're kind of seeing subpar performances from most of our athletes. I mean, when I look at the general performance, Terry Long, she crashed out, because that's what I have to describe it as, crashed out of the girls under 20 100 meters, running 12.003. I can't tell you the last time I saw Tierney Long run 12.03. Not even in heats at champs. I can't tell you the last time she's run like that. And I don't think it's the running for me. Ultimately, she came to in the press area, and of course, with the Jamaican press, and they were asking her questions, and she did not respond. She said absolutely nothing. And it made me start to question a lot of things. Like, it made me start to question if our athletes were training leading up to this, or was it like, okay, you come a training if you want to, or you don't come a training, or, they have results coming out, or, the other things going on. It's summer break. I don't know. But I saw Terry Long's performance as like, this begs to question a lot of things. And it was not just because first the concern was, yes, because Terry Long is Jamaican, and I know US didn't send a strong team, because most of the US athletes, they would have started school from last week, so they ain't time to go to no championships. And if you remember, early in the year, US had pulled out because they said that they were security concerns in Peru and they weren't going to send their athletes there. But when I looked at the general performance of the USA athletes as well, most of them kind of look a little lackluster to me as well. So I'm like, is it that maybe the organizers need to revisit when it is that these championships take will take place, or is it that we need to have our athletes prepare better for these championships? When you think about those who have won medals so far, so we currently have 3 medals, right? One from Kirika Hill. Kirika Hill is now pro at elite. Another from Alana Reid. Alana Reid is now pro. And Shania Douglas, who is from a smaller school, I suppose, at Mushet. So I beg to question: is it that the coaches don't have time now? Summer is their break time, so it's no time to focus on athletes or getting them prepared for under 20. Has programs. What has the program development been for them? And you talk about DeAndre Daly, you talk about Gary Card. Gary Card also looking a little shadow of himself. I don't know. The athletes just don't seem to. They seem to have passed their peak. It almost seems that it's background training time, and their bodies are not able to peak again for the season. Having able to peak for champs and then coming back in June to peak for the national championships. I don't know. Maybe we need to look at, in terms of the structure of our championships as it relates to the World Under-20s, if it is that we want to continue to do well at the World Under-20s, because the Under-20s is every other year. And maybe that will give us an opportunity to review the performance, not only to review the performance, but maybe to make recommendation. Maybe ISA, maybe the other sporting organizations, J3s come together, they sit together, they review the performance and, see how best we can improve. Because I don't know, even in the mixed relay, even in the 4x4 for the Jamaican men, they just kind of look like they were there, but they weren't there. And it is sad to see that. I don't know, because these athletes, it's not like they were in. I mean, I'm not sure how many of them would have picked up injuries since the national championship. But if you're talking about athletes who are going into these competitions as world number ones for their particular event, and even in the top 3 or top 10 for the world at the world under 20 at under 20 level, and still not being able to perform, I mean, it is very concerning, and I think it's something that is worth looking into. I think too many times, and you will hear me say it over and over and over and over and over and over again on the show. We love sports as a country, but I don't think we love the investment of the sport. To really, say, okay, we kind of did this wrong, or we don't go through those processes. Where it's like, okay, yeah, man, the championship done, and then we'll pack it up and we'll say, okay, next time again. And I don't think that's good enough for a country that is supposed to be invested in the future of its track and field, right? And we want to do well at World Championships, and we want to do well at Olympics, but our organization and our way to review championships has to start from the junior level. You can even use Carifta, because Carifta Jamaica continues to dominate. And Carifta, yes, has its own concerns as well. Because even at Carifta, I am concerned about when Carifta takes place and when Boys and Girls Championships end. Most times than one, we see our athletes getting injured at Carifta, because guess what? Their bodies have not gotten any time to recover. By the time champs, they leave off the high of champs on the Saturday. By the time the Monday, the Tuesday, they're back on a plane trying to get to another Caribbean country so that they can compete in Carifta. But we'll continue the discussion right after we take this break.
The report is out.
What report?
The Constitutional Reform Committee's report of recommendations.
Recommendations on what?
On how we move from a monarchy to a republic, of course.
So what's in it?
The creation of the office of president and changes to our parliament. Yes, man. It also includes a new qualification for membership in parliament. I know you want to see that one.
Read the full report at roadtorepublic.nlca.gov.jm.
We are on the road to republic.
Celebrating 50 years of excellence, the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, will be hosting its 50th anniversary Golden Jubilee service on Sunday, September 1, under the theme Modernizing and Growing Jamaica's Airports Since 1974. The service will be held at the Webster Memorial Church, beginning at 10 a.m. That's the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, celebrating 50 years of excellence. Golden Jubilee service Sunday, September 1 at 10 a.m. Listen live on the family station, Love 101. To facilitate the broadcast of the Airports Authority of Jamaica's Golden Jubilee service to be held on Sunday, September 1, the service from the Bethel Baptist Church, usually aired at 10 a.m., will be aired at 9 a.m. Thank you for sticking and staying with the family station, Love 101.
Every Saturday, 7 p.m. to midnight on Love 101. You're invited to travel in time with music at its best. It's the Gospel Music Machine with the Gospel Music Master. From your favorite choir music to Christian contemporary, a touch of reggae and the Caribbean feel.
Gospel Music Machine.
Yep, the Gospel Music Master is still playing the tunes down alone. And he's definitely your music master. Saturdays, 7 p.m. to midnight. You won't regret the link. It's on the family station, Love 101.
That is all I need.
Get ready for an inspiring time inside Love in the Morning with me, your usual host, Jakal Dyer. It's Monday, September 2. It's back to school, so join us as we give you some tips on how to ace your school year in the future becoming you. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick-Me-Up Devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with Love on the Radio at 7 a.m. inside Drive Time Jennings with great music to lift your day. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss gut health. And at 9:30 is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us. This Pick Me Up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Make sure your money.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Yes. So we were talking about the World Under-20 Championships and, just the disappointment as it relates to how some of our athletes performing. And just to say that I think a review of the performance needs to happen once we get back to Jamaica. But it has not all been doom and gloom. So far, Jamaica has copped 3 medals, 2 golds and a bronze. Gold medal came from Alana Reid in the 100 meters and 110-meter hurdles from Kerika Hill, and the bronze medal came from Shania Douglas in the 200 meters. We also had finalists like Gary Carr, DeAndre Daly in the 100 meters for men, and we also had Richard Hall in the finals of the men's 110-meter hurdles. So overall, I think it's been given the circumstances too, it has been raining a lot in Peru. Not only has it been raining, but it's like 15 degrees. Like these, so it's it's just, I think, everything working against them. Looking fatigued, the place is cold. Yeah, nobody wants to be, not even senior athletes want to run in those conditions that, seem to be a lot grueling for the athletes. Things, it's going okay. Jamaica has opportunity this afternoon, because the afternoon session, because Peru and Jamaica is in the same time zone, fortunately. So, we'll be able to, keep updated, or, within the same, without having to get up too early or stay too late, which is always a good thing when, events are being held in the same time zone or similar time zone. All right, so we will have representation later. So the 4x1s. Well, yeah, and then of course we'll have the 4x4 girls. I'm about to also tell you the other representation that Jamaica will have in terms of finals today. As I said, today is the last day of the championships, and so our athletes, they will return. I think they return on the island on Monday. So we'll have representation in the discus throw final that goes off at 4:00. In the men's 400-meter hurdles finals that goes off at 4:45. Then we'll in the triple jump women's final that goes off at 5:19, 5:40 for the 4x1 finals, 5:50 for the men's 4x1, and 6:30 for the women's 4x4. So we look forward to seeing how many medals we can get, or we'll be able to, lead this championship with. All right, so that's pretty much it for what's going on at the World Under-20 Championships in Lima, Peru. Yesterday, though, continuing on with track and field, we saw and people continue saying this, I don't know. I guess Paris is now done and over, and we've put that behind us, and we've seen our stars starring. Can I just say that? Yes. We'll start with Roger Stone, and he finished second in the men's discus yesterday. Yes. So we're telling people that, or we don't have to tell people, but they know the 70 meters wasn't a fluke, but he finished behind Shea. Yes, and he even beat Alekna again. So he finished second in the men's discus. We had Romain Beckford finishing second in the men's high jump with a new personal best of 2.30 meters. That's fantastic. And we also had the winner coming from Akira Nugent in the women's 100-meter hurdles in a time of 12.24 seconds, which is now the world lead, which is now the new national record, which is now Akira's personal best. And it was also a meeting record for Rome, where they were yesterday. And let me tell you, this young lady, in spite of everything that has happened, she went into the Olympics as the second fastest woman of the year and was not able even to finish the final. So for her to be able to, after the Olympics, kind of put that aside, this is now her second time winning a Diamond League in the space of for about 5 days, because on Sunday she would have won another Diamond League at that time she ran 12.29 seconds. Now she's run 12.24 seconds, and we're looking forward to seeing, her making the last two Diamond Leagues, which would be in Zurich and Brussels. Now you might be wondering, why am I spending so much time talking about Akira Nugent? The thing is, Jamaica, just in case, Jamaica is very, very, very good at the women's 100-meter hurdles. And one of the things that we need to happen, or we would love to happen, is to see Akira win the Diamond League. What's the significance of Akira winning the Diamond League? It means that she will get an automatic ticket to the World Championships next year, which means that we can carry 3 other persons to the World Championships next year. Yes, because right now, I think we probably have 6 ladies who could possibly make it to the World Championship next year. And yes, somebody's still going to be left out the team. But if Akira gets a ticket to the World Championships, well, hold on, because I don't think she will, because isn't Daniel Williams? Well, Daniel Williams is the defending champion, and so that will supersede the ticket that she would have gotten as a Diamond League winner. But still, okay, so we still will have 4. Yeah, four. I don't know. Four is a very small number when I think about the women's 100-meter hurdles. But Akira is still young. She's just 21, and being able to continuously run these fast times, which seems to me that she still has a little niggle from that 100 meters finals, because I see her ankle, is it right ankle, still a little bandage, and you can see her grimacing after races. But trust me, that young lady is a fighter, and she shows her fighter spirit every time she goes on the track. I would just want her now to start winning global titles, and hopefully she can begin that come next year in Tokyo. Yeah, 12.24, fantastic young lady, fantastic run by Akira Nugent, 12.29 on Sunday, 12.24 yesterday. I mean, what more you really could ask for as it relates to this young lady? And then we had other, I think we came 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Was it that? Yes, 2nd, 4th, and 5th in women's 400-meter hurdles, or ladies, Genevieve Russell and Jeanette Knight. They continue to, push on the trail for Jamaica in the 400-meter hurdles. I think Sunday, Rochelle Clayton, she finished 2nd behind Femke Ball. I mean, really and truly, it's Sydney McLaughlin, Femke Ball. Yes, Anna Cockrell has put up her hand as well, and then it's everybody else after that, So it would be interesting to see. I think one of the things I commented on last week is how much Rochelle has changed her tactic to keep up with Femke Ball and Sydney McLaughlin. So let's see how that will transition in her running next year. Yes, at the World Championship. And of course, Tia Clayton would have won last week. She would have won on Sunday as well at the Diamond League. So, just still good performance. As I said, we didn't have a fantastic Olympic Games, but our athletes have rallied. And this is, of course, their opportunity to make some money. As I said last week, this is their opportunity to make some money, like every other thing, this is their opportunity to make some money and to end their season on a high and to carry that momentum into next season. Yes, Caroline, Akira has determination and grit. And yes, I also loved her interview. I really love how Akira interviews. You can know that this young lady is just, once she gets it right in the finals of our major championships, she will be hard to beat. And she even defeated the Olympic champion yesterday, Messiah Russell. Messiah ran 12.31, which is not far away from her winning time in Paris. So again, just fantastic things from our athletes. I'm happy that they have remained healthy outside of Paris and they are finishing the season strong. We're happy to see that. Very happy to see that. And, just looking forward to how they will again end the season on a high so that they can carry it to next season to have, a fantastic season next year. And we look forward to, all the kinks being worked out, all the world relay problems being solved, all the, everything. We just, let's learn from the mistakes. I'm really hoping that the sporting organizations, they learn from the mistakes, they learn from the mishaps that would have gone on this year and look forward to what will come next season. We're going to go for our final break right here on Sports Talk.
Every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Love 101. You're invited to listen to the Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie. There is life beyond the surface, life that is divine, life that is eternal, and you can hear the truth of God's Word and go deeper in purpose. Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie, Sundays 2:30 to 3 p.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Pure in Heart Ministries International presents Pure Fest, Saturday, September 7 at 6 p.m. at the Swallowfield Chapel. Live performances by Brian Mark, DJ Nicholas, Gotti, Jason Mighty, and Norris Edwards. Music by Marlon Young. Admission pre-sold. General 6,000, VIP 10,000, children 2,000. Adult General 8,000, VIP 12,000, and children 3,000. Get your tickets at all Fontana Pharmacies and Monarch Pharmacies in Kingston and Woodmore. Pure in Heart mobile unit and SpurOpen.com. Contact 876-773-9446. Celebrating 50 years of excellence, the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, will be hosting its 50th anniversary Golden Jubilee service on Sunday, September 1, under the theme Modernizing and Growing Jamaica's Airports Since 1974. The service will be held at the Webster Memorial Church, beginning at 10 a.m. That's the Airports Authority of Jamaica, AAJ, celebrating 50 years of excellence. Golden Jubilee service, Sunday, September 1 at 10 a.m. Listen live on the family station, Love 101. To facilitate the broadcast of the Airports Authority of Jamaica's Golden Jubilee service to be held on Sunday, September 1, the service from the Bethel Baptist Church, usually aired at 10 a.m., will be aired at 9 a.m. Thank you for sticking and staying with the family station, Love 101.
Every Saturday, 7 p.m. to midnight on Love 101. You're invited to travel in time with music at its best. It's the Gospel Music Machine with the Gospel Music Master. From your favorite choir music to Christian contemporary, a touch of reggae and the Caribbean feel.
Gospel Music Machine.
Nigel play the tune. Yep, the Gospel Music Master is still playing the tunes down alone. And he's definitely your music master. Saturdays, 7 p.m. to midnight. You won't regret the link. It's on the family station, Love 101.
That is all I need.
Get ready for an inspiring time inside Love in the Morning with me, your usual host, Jacob. It's Monday, September 2. It's back to school, so join us as we give you some tips on how to ace your school year in the future becoming you. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Picking Up Devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with Love on the Radio at 7 a.m. inside Drive Time Jammings with great music to lift your day. At 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss gut health, and at 9:30 is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us this Pick Me Up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
Make sure your belly.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we are switching to cricket. Yes, cricket, lovely cricket. The CPL is back and back in full swing. But before we talk about CPL, we're going to talk about two things. So Shannon Gabriel has officially retired from cricket. He would have played 86 matches, taken 202 wickets, and had 5 6-wicket hauls. His best figures was 13 for 121, and that came against Sri Lanka in 2018, and is still the 4th best match figures as a West Indies bowler. Is the 11th most test 11th most test wickets for West Indies, and he has the most wickets as a Trinidad and Tobago fast bowler for the West Indies. And I'm just seeing this coming in. Dwayne Bravo has announced that this is going to be his last CPL. He is retiring from international cricket, and I suspect will now take on full-time coaching. If you're watching the T20 World Championships earlier this year, you would have seen that he was the bowling coach for Afghanistan, and I'm sure he is probably going to be looking. He's going to be looking to continue his coaching, and we just wish him all the best. I mean, both Gabriel and Dwayne Bravo have contributed well to the West Indies team. Also, so the women's CPL actually started before, and the Barbados Royals, I think it was also only 4 teams. The Barbados Royals, they are back-to-back champions of the women's 2023 Massey CPL. So we want to congratulate the Barbados Royals women for their victory against, I don't remember who they played in the final, but yes, for them becoming again champions of the women's CPL championships. Of course, West Indies, they would have completed a series win against South Africa, and yeah, so good things happening. It was a good match. Got top scores from Shimron Hetmeyer, Shea Hope, and Nicholas Puran. It was a good all-round performance. Saw Romario Shepherd taking some wickets. So it was a good all-round performance. I was watching a review of the match, and one of the things that, was said is that West Indies are trying to fix their middle overs. So, fantastic starts in terms of getting out to the power play, but, the middle overs, and I think we did a good job with batting in them, not only batting in the middle overs, but bowling the middle overs. So that was good to see. As I said, CPL start, and that's where I want to focus on. Of course, Jamaica does not have a franchise. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about that. I don't know time to stress myself on that. I just have made peace with it, and hopefully the powers that be will ensure that the Jamaica franchise returns, right? So CPL would have started, let me tell you exactly, will have started on Thursday, and it started with the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. So that is the new team in the CPL. They would have played the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, and the Falcons would have won by 1 wicket in what I tell you was like, see, T20 is just always so exciting. If it is that you're not interested in cricket, let me just put in a little plug for cricket right now. If you're not interested in cricket, CPL will change your mind. Remember, if you're not interested in cricket, CPL will change your mind. So, for those who are listening and you're not necessarily interested in cricket, I would say give one CPL game a chance. One single one. And if you don't like cricket after that, even this format of cricket after that, then I say all right. But just give it one. Just give it one match. Just give one match a chance, right? So this the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, they defeated Antigua and Barbuda Falcons by 1 wicket. One dega wicket, right? And of course, yesterday, the Falcons were back in action against the Amazon Warriors, where the Amazon Warriors defeated again the Falcons by 3 wickets. So, not such a good going for the Falcons so far, as the new team. And I think these games will have been played in Antigua and Barbuda. Later on today, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots will play the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders, and then tomorrow the Falcons, Antigua and Barbuda Falcons will be back in action. They will play Barbados Royals, and the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, they will play the St. Lucia Kings. So, as I said, find some time to, see if you can, just watch out some of the CPL, see how it is going, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Now, our Jamaican members are all over, so you can find a team that Rovman is playing for Trinidad, I believe. Brandon is, I don't remember who Brandon is playing for, but yeah, the Jamaican, because of what had happened in terms of Jamaica not having a team anymore, right? So Fabian Allen is playing for the Falcons. And I'm trying to see where the other, yes, Brandon King is playing there as well. So if you want to watch Brandon King, you can catch him in the Falcons, and then the other Jamaicans are spread across. So yes, we will keep you posted as it relates to what is happening in the Caribbean Premier League. Of course, always very, very, very interesting. And, Caribbean Premier League is probably one of the biggest T20 tournaments in terms of support that it gets from the international players. So just looking forward to that, and I'm sure it's going to be an amazing time. I'm definitely looking forward to this season of sports. CPL is on, Premier League is back, English Premier League is back, Jamaica Premier League is almost back. Football, yes, Issa Manning Da Costa Cup is also coming back, and we're going to be having something special for the Premier League, Jamaica Premier League, and for the Manning Cup, so you want to stick and stay for that. I mean, overall, sports has been interesting. We've transitioned ourselves from the disappointment of the Olympics to the World Under-20s, and as I said, the Under-20s, they will start today at 4 o'clock to 6:30. So if you want to see our Jamaican Under-20 athletes in action, you can catch them at that time. And then, of course, CPL is on later. So if you want to watch some cricket, remember saying I'm encouraging you to watch some cricket. Watch some cricket and come back and tell me next week. Tell me if you liked it or not. T20. I'm not even going to ask you to watch a one day or anything. Just T20. It's just really 2 hours maximum. 2 hours. You can watch it, and then there's a little break. So, after every 10 overs, there's a little break that you will get. So, it would be a good chance to learn what's going on for cricket. But T20, very exciting, and it can be very exciting. So, just that. This has been Sports Talk. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the Family Station. And of course, you can also join us on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And if you haven't downloaded the Love 101 app, that is available in the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can listen to this as a podcast in those apps, and not just only Sports Talk, but any other program that happens right here on the Family Station, Love 101, you can hear in that segment. This has been Sports Talk. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks always for your inputs. And of course, if you'd like to hear anything happen or be updated on anything, you can always send us a WhatsApp. The messages will get to me at 876-997-3125. Remember, the upcoming things for this week, the Jamaica team will be playing at the National Stadium this Tuesday at 7 p.m. They'll be playing in the CONCACAF Nations League against our neighbors, Cuba. So you can go out, watch our reggae boys. Leon Bailey's back in the squad. We have other players back in the squad, and I'm hoping that they will put on a fantastic show for the home crowd. This has been Sports Talk. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.